women from everywhere around the world.
My name is Berry Dakara,
And I'm Cupcakes.
and I'm Stillwater. Welcome to Teeth with Cubes. We're trying to reach the everyday woman like you. We are mothers, we are wives, we are daughters, we are sisters.
Right.
You know, we have jobs, we are entrepreneurs. On this show, we will discuss hot topics and current events. We will also be having a chit chat segment where we will talk about different things that pertain to the everyday woman.
So we hope to reach you, the everyday woman out there, the mother, the wife, the caretaker, teacher, doctor, all women from everywhere around the world.
My name is Berry Dakara,
And I'm Cupcakes.
and I'm Stillwater. Welcome to Teeth with Cubes.
And hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Tea with Cubes. We are your hostesses with the mostest. I am Cupcakes, and we have Berry, Dakara, and we have Stillwater. And we are once again happy to be here with you guys. We're going to have a great show today. And today, we are going to be talking about love in the movies versus real life. Is it real or is it not? Is it fact or is it fiction? We'll have that discussion. So it's going to be a great one. We will ask for participation today. So feel free, to jump in there with your comments. We'll read off comments as we get them and as we can, actually get to them depending on how we're going. But with that, let's get started. Ladies, how was your week? How's everybody doing? Who wants to go first? I guess
Last week
Jerry.
was the week of learning.
Oh yeah, just this week I just passed, right?
Yeah. Valentine's Day was what, 3 days ago?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I had a Valentine.
Ew. Okay.
That's my daughter. Mm-hmm. He had a good time. That's good. And I mistakenly dressed for Valentine to the office on Monday and felt the need to follow through for the rest of the week. So every single day I had either pink or red.
That's nice.
Every single day after Valentine's.
No, like
Monday,
not to.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Even Thursday, I still wore red. That was when that guy.
Thursday was the day after Valentine's, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. But now I've been told to wear more color to the office. I wear too much black.
Well, black is a color.
Black is a color, and black is slimming, and black is classic.
But who told you that?
People
In the office?
Yes.
In the workspace?
in the workspace. Hey, Anita, well, Barry, you need to wear. You need to what? What?
Are you not really working?
I'm not
Okay, I
working.
work now. People can tell you that put some
No.
color on.
You better not.
No.
You don't have
we are not
friendly
cool like that.
Okay, that's
Okay, maybe.
cool.
Even if we're
That's
cool like
cool.
that, that's or seven like that's my
Very-
wardrobe is not your business.
No, it's a thing
Do
that.
we hang out outside of work? If we don't, then my wardrobe is not your business. But if somebody comes to be like, oh, yellow really looks good on you.
That's a
should wear
different
more."
story from saying you should wear more color to the office.
Yeah.
What did they exactly say?
I was like, see, color looks good on you. You should do it more often. But it's a running joke between me and this person. It's a running joke.
Oh, okay.
Because he says I wear black all the time.
That's a little bit more context, I guess.
It's a running joke. But
Okay.
you
Because
have
my wardrobe is not your business.
you have relationships with people in the office now.
No, it
It's
does
not-
not include my wardrobe.
okay.
If we don't see
That's the
outside
thing.
of the office, it doesn't include that. I'm sorry, that's personal.
This is why we're different.
This is
Boundaries.
very. And I think set some boundaries at work.
This is why we're different. Like, cool.
What if I can't afford those colors? Then what? You're not telling me I should wear them. Stay your
Where
lane.
they call on unaffordable.
Okay, hi Nika, thank you for joining
Hi, Nika.
on Instagram. Yeah.
How our week went.
Yes, and we just found out that you do not tell Stillwaters what to wear at work. Okay, don't do that.
You shouldn't tell anyone. It's like that. No.
Okay.
We have boundaries.
Also welcome Tembari. Hello, Tambari. Happy Sunday.
How was your week?
How? I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was alright. I don't quite remember it. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything memorable.
Nothing memorable happened.
I worked. I went to work.
What about
And there was
you?
sports, but
Yes.
other than that,
Miss Cupcakes?
Okay, well, before I get into me for the week, we also want to say hi to Miss PB Esquire. Hello, thanks for coming on. How we
You know, for the longest time.
You do not know what PB stood for? Oh, no! Oh my gosh.
No. For the longest time, I was like, that's such an odd, an odd handle, but okay, whatever.
Can you imagine? She did not know what PB stood for. PB.
It's only just now that you're saying, I was like, oh. And it should, no, to be honest, it's something that should not have gone over my head because I'm very interested in people's handles and names, and I can decide, and I'm creative like that.
Wow. Wow. I'm with you.
Excuse me.
She wow.
Excuse me. My name is Barry. Barry. Don't put my government name out there before somebody come and ask me for $50,000. We'll talk about that another time.
But yeah, how was my week? My week, work-wise, actually, it was a better week than I had previously. Because previously, oh my god, like couldn't even no. But last week was actually good, and Friday, Saturday, and today. I mean, I'm even like I've been having like an awesome weekend. Friday,
of course, yeah.
Friday was nice. Yesterday was also nice. But let me tell you, because I went to bed late on Friday, and I went to bed late on Saturday. Yo, I have to take a power nap this afternoon after church. Like, it really hits me that I can't hang like we used to hang. We'll go out on Friday, go out on Saturday, and then Sunday we're still like on and popping. Like in church hadn't even started, and I caught myself yawning, multiple times, and I'm just like, why am I so tired?
We're not in our 20s
You
anymore.
sure are. And then I come home, and I'm like, why am I so tired? And then I was thinking about, saying, you know what? I had a late night Friday. I had a late night yesterday. I'm gonna have another late night today.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Why is that?
Going to Hamilton. Oh, you literally.
Mhm.
How that happened?
She's taking the current.
I'm taking mommy.
Oh, that's mommy.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I thought that one was
Yes, it was, but it came back.
oh
Yes.
okay.
Because here's why it came back. This is not going to this. I really thought about it because you guys know I battled with it, right? As well, like maybe not going because of situations and all that. But I really started thinking, like, you know what? When are you going to do this thing for yourself? Because it's something I've been wanting to do for ever since it came out. This was how many years ago?
Yeah.
And I just wasn't able to do it then. And I'm like, here's an opportunity. And I'm like, you know what? No, just go for it. Like, just do it because it's something that I want to do. So I did it.
It's a great show.
Hi, Angel Pearl. Angel Pearl Reeds.
Yes. Hi, Angel Reeds. How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome. Yeah. We are just talking about how our week went.
And she had the most awesome weekend.
I did.
I feel like if you're booed up around Valentine and you're in a happy relationship, then you're gonna just have a better weekend than every other person.
Maybe I'm the right person.
Generally.
Oh yeah. And like PB said,
You're not happy yesterday because you went on a date.
Who?
Are you not happy yesterday because you went on a date?
I mean, I did. It was very long overdue.
Okay.
But I'm
No
happy.
comment.
But yeah, PB went to see Hamilton on Friday because our fave took her, and like I was like, fave, your favorite. We love it. So yeah, she saw it. I think Tammy, have you seen it live? You've seen
I've
it
seen
live. Yes.
It's awesome.
So it remains you.
She's not gonna go.
Well, yeah. So one thing, Barry, you're not really into musicals like that, like we are. We'll take that as a yes or not. Okay. Faith is over here. Oh, hi, Faith.
Hi, Faye.
We still need to invest and meet you.
Oh my
We have been there
We are
to begin
going-
the relationship.
We are going off track.
Yes.
Let's put these people on back.
Okay, Faith. Okay, but besides that, hope all of y'all also had like a great Valentine's week of that. Feel free to jump in to say what you did and all that. Okay, so with that, let's get started.
Happy Black History Month also.
Oh yes.
Black Girl Magic, flashing. You can do this one.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
You get your own.
Oh, yes.
You have to do this with this.
Oh, I have to stand up.
Oh, no. So what we can see,
what does
let's
your
see.
shirt say?
Let's see what it says. It says educated,
Mm.
resilient,
Mm.
influential,
Mm.
powerful.
Mm.
Mm. Yes, Black Girl Magic. Hey, hey, brown skin girl.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, so
Period.
let's jump into chit chat. Yeah. What are we talking about? Super Bowl, aka Usher Bowl.
Usher's concerts.
You're not gonna
With
reduce that whole thing to just
Usher's concerts with a side of football.
Okay, by show of hands, who really watched this?
I actually watched it.
Okay, you did. I was very surprised you did.
Really? I usually watch it in the last couple of years because I've been mad at the Patriots, but like,
Hence my
I tend
surprise.
to watch every year. Though.
So, again, too, I also like football. I tend to watch football, but this year I did not really care for the team.
Yeah.
That's why I was not into it.
But the game was good.
The game was good.
After the second quarter, I was like, oh my gosh, this game.
Yes, the game was
Crazy.
actually good.
It was really
And
good.
I did feel bad for not watching it because even you did you also watch it to the
It
end?
was a mistake because
Yes.
I went back downstairs to finish the dishes
And it was
and I
on.
was just tired. So I said, let me just sit down and see what's happening on this TV. And somehow watched all the way to the end.
The
of the game.
overtime.
That's
Oh,
why,
yeah.
That's why I felt
Incredible.
bad because I was
Like-
I'm like, dang it, I missed out on the play.
No, they
and
really tried.
it was literally so simple. He threw the ball and he was right there.
Yeah.
But like it took them forever to get
there.
to that point.
No,
It
because
was a
they
good-
had a plan. They had a plan that if it was going to go into overtime, should we give the other team the ball? Those ones then they weren't even thinking. They're like, yeah, we want the ball to start off with. And once they got the ball, me, I'm just like, you guys will now score touchdown. Guess who's coming right behind you?
Is
The
them.
Chiefs.
Mhm.
Okay, well, let's just be watching. All I could just think was, what would Tom Brady do? If you're as good as Tom Brady,
No,
then
he
you
did,
got
that
this
was
game.
definitely.
Well, he
They
did
did
Tom
some
Brady.
yeah,
He
they
did
did
Tom
some
Brady.
Tom Brady moves.
But
Shout out to Tom Brady.
Shout out to them. But the most important thing,
some people are watching and saying it's not Tom Brady thing.
They
But just me that that's something like a play like Tom Brady will call in the last minute. That's what I was saying.
when we not counting
Better
on that last
Tom
minute,
Brady team. That's what we mean. Don't come and crucify them.
when we not counting on that last minute, I was like, the only quarterback me I know that can do this thing.
It was Tom Brady. And then
That's
actually,
right.
now
That's
Bella
right.
is also coming.
Huh?
So Angel says so she's in the UK. They obviously they don't do American football there, so she says she don't understand the game. But one thing I'll tell you, Angel, if you notice, American football has started to come over to the UK, to play.
No,
You
they've
know,
been going though.
they've been going, but now it's actually picking more attention.
Yeah.
And I will tell you though, it took me a little bit as well to kind of like get into the game and understand like the rules and the plays and penalties and all that. It did take me a while. So if you're interested, like just anytime like an American football game, go just pop it on and it's fun.
But the most important part,
Taylor Swift High School Musical game. Okay, that's also what it was known as. Taylor Swift High School Musical. All right. Shout out all you.
I feel like half of let's say 1/3 of the audience was there to watch the game. The other third was there
In
to
the
see.
stadium?
No, just in general.
Oh, because I was like, not like $10,000
No, I know. But the other third was there to see Taylor Swift supporting her man, Travis. That's Travis, right?
Yes.
And then the other third, were there for Usher's concert because that's what it was.
Yes. PB said on her flight to London in October, there was a whole Saints fans, on the plane going to UK. So you did know someone, someone who actually flies to the UK when an American game is going. Yeah. So it's a thing now, and I think it's becoming.
I mean, the fans, people who are
they go.
diehard, they go anywhere. Because they go, I mean, it's Germany, they go everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know how, I can't give a statistic of how Europeans view American football coming into their cities. I don't really know, but
that's a question
Americans love those cities when they have those outside.
Do we know why American football goes to Europe? Do we know why?
Well, my understanding is that's for interest.
Yeah, they're trying to drum up interest.
Yeah.
As in
Definitely.
to expand the game there, or to like
Yeah,
have
just to gain
play it
international
there?
interest. It's not for them to play. It's not for the.
Okay.
It's not for them to play American football there. It's to drum up interest for.
It's like
for the league.
so people will be
Okay.
invested in American football.
Right, and watch as well.
Okay, so let's say we also want to welcome Ihoma03 and Miss DKNY. Hello, ladies. Happy Sunday.
And Miss Ada is watching on.
Oh, and Miss Ada watching on the Facebook. On the free Facebook.
Yeah, I can't see those people.
Hi, ladies.
But I'm logged in as them.
But yeah,
I'm looking at myself.
in line with Usher. So prior to the Super Bowl, a couple of years ago, Usher did have his residency in Las
It wasn't
Vegas.
a couple of years. It was last year. It wasn't just 1 year though. It was
I
last
don't know
year.
how many years. I can't tell you.
Okay, let's say it's two. Because I think it was more than 1 year.
It was last year.
No, last year was when it really started like Usher. But I think last year was 2023. I think his residency started in 2022.
Yeah.
I think so. So Usher had, his residency in Vegas, which ended last year, and it ran for a very, very long time, very successful. None of us were able to make it. Which, if you actually ask me why, I don't even know how.
No, because when
2022,
you went for your birthday, your 40th birthday, that period was on break.
Can you imagine?
She was on break, so she didn't get to go.
He decided that no, I'm going to go to Paris. Did you know I was coming?
Apparently
Yeah.
not. No,
He dropped the ball.
He did.
Yes.
He surely did.
So now, obviously, there was now the chatter that Usher is going to be the one headlining Super Bowl, and prior to that, he has now come out to say that he's going on tour, an American tour, right? It's only in America, which is touring this year.
Yes.
This is going on tour, so different states around the country.
Yeah.
And from what we gather, his tickets are selling out like hotcakes.
Oh yeah.
So if there's
Usher is the man of the moment.
there's anybody out there that wants to, gives me a box ticket, I'm right here to Usher. I will take it, please. I need to relive my what's this thing called? Past, present, and future.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, but that show was good though. I like how saying show.
it.
It was so good. Listen, from the
All
beginning
15 minutes.
From the beginning to the end, I was just standing in front of the TV with the widest smile on my face and dancing along to everything. Coco was like, "Mommy, you're going crazy." I'm like, "You don't understand. It was my youth. It's my youth."
He's an incredible performer. So we have people that got tickets. We have to Usher. So we have
in Atlanta.
Nika in Atlanta. I'm guessing you're going to the Atlanta show. Tammy in Detroit. I'm guessing you're going to the Detroit show. And Ihoma03 is not disrespect. Your IG name is called Ihoma03. And should I be calling you Auntie on Instagram? You don't want that now.
Always by your
You
ID.
could though. Auntie
Anti IH.
So yeah, okay. So shout out to good ups, big ups to you going to Usher, have fun, it's gonna be great. I might be in there somehow. You never know. Usher baby.
Yeah.
Usher. Anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, there's the Beyonce thing afterwards. Okay, so let me just preface it. We are not
Beehivers.
We are not big Beyonce fans. We used to be, maybe.
No.
Okay, you never.
I know. She.
I was a huge Beyonce
I was
fan.
a Destiny's Child fan.
Okay, right.
I like Beyonce's music, but I wasn't like, I thought her music was good. I thought she was.
I think I've
Her work
always
ethic
been
was great,
different.
like,
Right.
but not particularly overly.
I think like after her first solo album, but like the second one, I'm like, I'm not quite sure I get what you're doing, so I just pulled back. And if you ask me, listen, her last few albums, I don't know how many she had, apart from the Lion King one, what was that one called? Right. Apart from that one, I don't know much of her music unless it goes like viral on social media and people are dancing and I happen to see it. But I don't actively go out seeking Beyonce's music. But she had the ad with Verizon about breaking the internet because she announced that she had 2 new singles. And
No, not because.
Huh?
Nobody knew that was it until the end.
On the end of the right. That's
Right.
right. Yeah. So at the end of the ad, it now pops up that she has 2 new singles.
Oh.
and
This
she's
was
going
nice.
into
Yeah, the ad was big.
and she's
Music
going
from
into country music. So all the girlies, all the beehives are all in their country girl era, as they say. We're in a country era. So
The eras change every couple of months.
And isn't she also going on tour again?
again,
Yes,
But it's not this year.
it is, but it's like other countries that nobody goes to. Yeah,
Is
so
she
she's
going
like the Renaissance. No, it's not her. It's her movie. It's going to these other countries that nobody goes to.
So it's a movie tour.
Yes, yes. From what I read, is a movie, tour, and any beehiver can correct me if I'm wrong.
she's correct.
But what I read
Yeah.
was that the Renaissance, the movie, was showing in other countries.
It came out
Oh,
here, right? It came out
yeah.
here.
No, but it came out in
Only in
America.
America. So now it's going.
Oh.
And I think it may have come out in Europe as well.
Oh.
But there are certain like places that people don't ever go to or talk about that is popping up in those cities. That is a major difference I took from it. Now somebody else can correct me, but that's the major difference I took from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. What's her real name? Her name is Beyonce. Giselle. You know Giselle her name too.
I don't know what her name is.
Beyonce, Giselle, Carter knows something.
I don't know.
Good luck to her anyways. I mean, she doesn't need it. She has her fans.
Yeah. Okay.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah. I got the chips. All right. So let's dive into today's chat of the day. So,
Sorry, FYI.
yes.
It's Ada says the day has coming after yours.
Please don't.
And
We didn't say anything bad.
I just said, I mean,
We didn't say anything bad.
I didn't.
You know.
At least she likes her. You like Destiny's Child. I'm just indifferent.
Destiny's Child and Beyonce are not the same.
But Beyonce is there.
But they're not the same.
It's different Beyonce.
I'm sorry.
It's different.
He's like,
Even Lemonade Beyonce and Beyonce now, two separate people.
I don't know that, but
No, I
Beyonce of that time.
see.
Did
Beyonce has different phases.
Did
She
you
has changed like 7 times.
yes? Did we not even watch Pink Panther? We're all like, yeah. Like that's how we love.
She's changed,
her then.
literally reinvented herself 7 times in the last, I want to say, like 15 years. I'm not kidding.
She's
Maybe 7 is an
she's
overrated, but
she's such a chameleon.
yes, she changes with the times.
Or she's a butterfly.
I don't know what I'm always coming in.
But Camila is blending in with this.
I know,
Is
but
she blending in?
She's not
but
with the times.
She reemerges. She reinvents.
Okay, she reinvents.
So, like-
so maybe butterfly then.
Okay. Yeah.
But I do know Lemonade Beyonce and Renaissance Beyonce, 2 separate individuals.
Okay.
well, okay, we have a few ladies that joined. We have Jenny and we have Jacobs. Hey, ladies, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Okay, so we're just talking about, we were talking about what we did on the weekend,
Usher's concert.
Usher's concerts, and now Beyonce.
As in the concert with the
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, now let's dive into today's main chit chat. So if you all noticed or if you've seen on our Instagram pages or Facebook pages from yesterday, we put up questions talking about love, specifically movie kind of love. Is it real or is it fantasy?
Is this just real thought?
We should actually have that
Or is it
fantasy, right? So we had, a good discussion amongst ourselves, actually, which is how we said we're going to talk about this beforehand. So we put up the questions there, and we got a few, actually, a good amount of.
Let me tell you how this discussion, how the topic really came out though.
Yeah.
Was I was thinking to myself, say, come, when you watch movies, right? And all these men, like, oh, die for you, oh, I'm for you. I'm like, come, do men in real life, do they love like this?
like that.
Do they really? Or is it just
I'm of the opinion that they do.
so that's where the topic
came out.
kind of stemmed from.
Mhm.
And like Kiki said, we all asked questions. My Instagram was being really good, so I couldn't share any of my responses. But she got lots of
Yeah,
responses.
so I got some responses. I mean, you got responses, but you just couldn't share them. So you have them in your cabeza.
And I'm like, oh,
Right. And then you also shared, so you also have some. So we'll dive into a few of them, right? And then again, feel free to chime in with your thoughts as we're going along and chime in with your thoughts of, what you think. Because your thought could have changed yesterday and today. You never know, because by this morning, the significant other might have landed you some, $50,000. or something.
Where does this 50K?
I have no idea. I think I
This
just
is lady now with the fraud. With the
I
fraud.
think we all need to win 50K.
We sure do. Okay, so the first question we had asked was, does obviously that type of movie love truly exist? That was the first question we asked. So on my feedback, I got a good number of feedback. I got no's that is fantasy. So that's the keyword, fantasy. That means it's a heck no. I got yeses. I got a few yeses that was like a yes, but dot dot dot.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, I can see that. Then I got yeses that, of course, 100% is real. And these are people that have experienced it and are experiencing that kind of love.
I feel like they're unicorns. I feel like
They are not unicorns. I maintain that those people are not unicorns. But carry on.
Yeah. Then one that was quite interesting, actually I did get a couple of those, was it does exist, but for them, they don't want to receive it all the time because it's too overbearing.
That's the
like
recipient.
it's too much.
That's the recipient
It's
talking,
like-
right?
You're the recipient talking.
it's like
yes.
being love bombed.
Right. I guess
It's
so.
like being
No,
love bombed.
love bomb has a negative connotation. It's very
It-
manipulative.
Well, yes, but that's one thing that for them it might feel it doesn't have.
It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
Yes.
Yeah. So Tammy said an example of real life movie love story is Lauren and Cameron, which we can actually attest to. So Lauren and Cameron were a couple that met on, what's that show called? Love is Blind, season one.
I've never seen.
Season one, which has been the best season, you know. And those of us who watched it, I watched it, a few people watched it.
What is that?
Oh yes.
I wanted to.
Lauren and
Oh,
Cameron
Kajol.
were one of the couples that did emerge. Like they met themselves, they connected in the pods, and now this is what year 5 of them actually been married, and they're very active on social
They
media,
still go,
and they still go as strong as you see in the movies.
So they're very romantical.
Very romantical
Yeah.
with themselves, like very like. I mean, he's the kind of person where he like as he's talking to her and he's telling her how much he loves her, this man is crying.
No, he doesn't cry all the
I mean,
time.
he doesn't cry all the time, but he chokes up a lot.
Okay.
He chokes up a lot. And you know, so it's kind of like, so like Tammy said, that's actually a good example. Another example that we know of is Russell Wilson and Sierra.
We don't know them, but what we see.
I know them though.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
so
For these colors, because I want to go and visit people.
so we can see. So from what we see,
From what they allow us to see, yeah.
it does
But
come
people
out like
do
that.
say that they are like that. Like people who know them, and if
Mhm.
you read their comment, like I read the shade room comments sometimes when it comes to Sierra, and you will see their friends come in there
Mm-hmm.
and say things about them.
Aw.
That's true.
So it can happen in real life. I still maintain that it's kind of like a unicorn situation because you just don't see it that often. That's what I mean when I say unicorn because it's not common. It almost seems like it's rare.
Okay. Well, I don't agree. I don't think it's a unicorn situation that it's rare. I think that we don't know enough people
So
to say that it's rare. We don't know enough because I've seen. You read. I listen to podcasts. I read books, and I've seen when you observe like certain places you go to, even at church, it's there.
Mhm.
It's
actually,
real life.
yes, you're right.
It's really happening,
Mhm.
but we don't know enough people personally to say, "Oh, this is so commonplace." But if you pay attention,
It's out there.
very, very common.
And I do need to
Very,
say
very
this.
common.
I think when I first started thinking about the topic, it was more along the lines of like in movies, like the big grand gestures. However,
But they ain't gonna do that every day
right?
in church.
And whether it's church or not, unless you're with Russell Wilson and you have that kind of money,
But he's not doing every day. His birthday,
he does it quite a bit.
Valentine, or she had a baby.
But he does it- but he does it
He
quite
does
often,
like
though.
he's one of those that will tell you because it's Tuesday.
Right. He
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is that because I asked on my Instagram
Mhm.
whether, like, how do you guys express your love? Is it like the big grand moments, or is it more of the little things, or like a little bit of both? So when people think about like movie kind of love,
Mhm.
they're thinking of like the big grand, I'm gonna die for you, I'm burn for you. You broke up with me, I'm gonna stand out here in the rain,
In the rain,
hold on,
really.
or until you fall in love, until you forgive me or whatever, But it's not. That's not what it always is like. And I
Right.
guess like like the like burning, passionate. Well, it doesn't have to be like passionate like all the time.
No, it's there. It just
It's
doesn't
there.
manifest that way.
All the time,
Yeah.
right? Not in those big,
Yeah.
grandiose
Yeah.
things.
No, it's there.
Oh, can I say? Can I give what my friend answered?
Yes.
Okay. So I asked the guy. Actually, he was the first person I asked,
Mhm.
and he said that yes, it exists, but when you're younger and don't have responsibility,
Again, I disagree very much. So.
and that's okay.
Very, very much.
And that's okay. And that's okay.
Fact.
Because here's
I
what.
also disagree.
Well, hang on.
Go
But
ahead.
here's why. This is his reasoning, right? Is that when you're young, because what he says, like, that's puppy love.
Mhm.
When you're young, you don't have rent to pay, you don't have your car notes, you don't have insurance,
Mhm.
all of these things. All your mind is on is this other your girlfriend
Mhm.
or your boyfriend. Is like, oh, if I don't see you in 3 days, I'm gonna die. That kind of thing,
Mhm.
right? See, no, yeah, I felt
No,
that.
I'm listening.
I had that in my popular days. But anyways, that's how he felt, right? But that by the time you're growing up, it's like you need to start thinking about like the financial responsibilities, economic realities of life, health, all of these things. Your mind does not have as much time and focus and attention on just the love. You have to think about all of these other things that encompass your relationship. It's not just only love, right? Okay.
Okay. Go
That's
ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so that's where he was coming from.
Yeah.
So you want to go?
Yeah, you mean on this?
Yeah, on this. Yeah.
Yeah, I very much disagree because I think that yes, in that there is something that society has coined as popular, which I don't think necessarily is actually the love that we have as adults for significant other. So I agree that there's something that's popular, right? What I don't agree with is that you you're thinking about loving that person takes a backseat because you now have all these things to do.
I don't think that that's what he meant.
But if it's reduced and you're thinking about X, Y, and Z, that means it's taking the backseat. It's no longer hot. Now all these other things are burning. Now, in my understanding, you know, and I have to speak from a Christian background because that's where I gather my knowledge from, is that a man that's submitted to God, right? Because God loves, he knows that God's going to take care of his family, right? Mm-hmm. His job is to love his family because God's going to take care of them. All these other things don't matter. So his job is to make sure he takes care of his family. And that part of that is showing that because God's first commandment is we should love, right? So and love is not just love is an action. It's not just in the mouth, it's an action. So are you dying to yourself? Are you dying for that person in that something happens and then you turn around and your man, you're like, man, I really should have done that. Let me just pick it up, go back, and that's what it is. As opposed to saying, well, these other things are now taking precedence. So if the house is burning and you people are fighting, you're gonna say, well, you know what? I don't really care about this argument, because I cannot pay my rent. That's what that sounds like.
That's not what it is, though.
We are in a bad spot, but we have to pay rent. So I'm not gonna take care of this relationship. I'm gonna make sure that this rent is done. That rent is gonna be there. But this relationship, if you don't invest in it, that rent will come and catch you, and then that relationship will never come back.
I get both, because I also asked a couple of my friends, in person, the same question, and two of the two of the guys, one said that to him is like he doesn't see why he has to be all that. The other one funny enough, he's divorced now. Actually said part of this too, right? And his first thing when he was talking to me, he said yes, that when he was younger, right, he would say yes because he gave it his all and all that. Then he now got into a marriage, and unfortunately, his marriage thing didn't work, and he knows that that there are a lot of things.
Right.
So I now asked him like, okay, if you were to have a second chance,
Right.
or rather, when you have a second chance, because I always keep speaking positive things to him, and I'm like, you're going to meet somebody else. I'm like, when you do get a second chance, do you think it would exist? And he was, when that time comes, I'm going to make sure that I show her what it is that I did not do prior, because he knows that prior definitely was part of an issue, because he was thinking of the whole thing, oh, I need to make sure, we have this, I need to make sure I have it, I need to make and then he started unknowingly neglecting,
That's what happened.
neglecting the love, right? Then I also did get another comment from another man, that said yes, in his younger days, it was there, and the same thing. It was like, I had the time to focus on her, but obviously as the older I got, it's more responsibilities and
You have to take care of
and all of that. Then some women actually said it's there, but only at the start. So even for them too, it's like,
Are they from whose perspective?
the woman,
From as a recipient?
no,
Or
as a giver,
as a giver and recipient.
as yes.
I would think.
So it's like for them, yes, okay, obviously we're newly wed and all that. Like yes, at the beginning, but from their side of things, like okay, them too. When they start getting older, it was like, bruh, we got to go shopping. We have food today. So it was a really half and half.
I would really like to ask those women if how their partners
see it.
Yeah. Like, are their partners doing this thing, but because maybe there was something there that was never resolved, they're not receiving it, or their partner may not be doing. Like in my case, I emotionally abandoned my marriage because I had things to do legit, and he wasn't doing anything. So I didn't have a choice. I could not give what I didn't have, right? There was no way for me. There was no cup for me to pour out from into somebody else because I was legit doing it by myself. He wasn't doing anything, so I was running around with children, working 40 hours, doing all these things. So I legit didn't have much, right? As opposed to maybe another person who maybe there's an issue that was unresolved, right? And then they fill that place with all the things of life, as opposed to taking care of that issue.
So we have a comment, Tammy said she has a friend whose husband treats his wife like his queen, and that they actually seem to be living a real life rom-com.
Yeah.
And then she agrees with with you when you were saying that you kind of disagreed with the whole being younger thing and what it is now. Okay. So welcome to those who are just joining. We just started talking about the topic of the day, which is love in the movies, fact or fiction, real or no. So let's keep going. So we had a second question saying, what does expression of love look like to you, and how do you show love? So this one was also interesting because the feedback too I got was which obviously now showed what was that thing called? Love languages. Right. This is where I saw the response coming from a love language point of view. I got a good number of cooking.
I got cooking too.
And
I got food too.
Yeah, I cooking and food. So I was like, okay, so a good number of people, I mean, we do like food, right? Then I got acts of service besides cooking. One that I got that I was blown away. She said, without prompting her husband, without making any whatever, he cleaned the house, he cooked, and then he gave her money to go shopping without prompt. And so to her,
so is that a reoccurring now?
I don't know, it might be, but and it was to her, it was like, I don't even need to say much, but he knows what will make me happy, And for lots of people out there, cleaning house goes a long way.
Because I got a couple that said watching the kids.
Oh, that's a big one.
Watching the kids.
Yeah.
Like without having me ask. Like you just decide, you know what, go and sleep or go out with the girls or whatever. Let me stay
And these
watch
are
the
grand
kids.
gestures.
Right. Right.
Would this be considered
So,
grand?
no. In the sense where we're both taking care of the kids, right?
Mhm.
But at some point, you sense the need for me to unplug, and then you step in.
I wouldn't consider that a grand
Without actually
gesture.
saying anything.
In that, no, let me explain myself. Every day you take care of the kids. Both people are taking care of kids every single day,
Mhm.
right? That is the norm. There is no difference. We are school run, eating, all these things. We are both doing it equally. But then there's a point in time, for instance, me, maybe there's a transition in my job, and I feel at that particular moment I'm failing, right? You sense that part of me, and then you decide, you know what? You need a break, right? You need to unplug from all these things. Whatever you want for the next 12 hours, you do. Forget everything else.
Okay.
You do. That is a grand gesture.
It could be grandish.
Yes.
It could be grandish.
So we have
Or sending you to the spa or something.
Yeah.
we have a few comments saying, they prefer acts of service over words. And that's one thing we say. Actions speak louder, louder than words.
I
But
really
I
and
think you need
truly
a combination
believe,
sometimes.
yeah,
I mean, you do.
I
You
really
do.
and truly believe that words get to me quite a bit.
Mm.
I really and truly believe that. Like, if you're saying kind things to me, if you're affirming me, I feel like that might have more weight than you saying you're going to go take my car to the wash. I can take my car to the wash. It's okay. I don't need that. Or that you're going to vacuum. If you can vacuum, it's okay. Right? But then telling me, oh, you're beautiful, or you're this or that. Yeah, I'm like, that's why I'm the camera.
You're luxury.
That's why I'm like, you like my complexion. I got that twice this week.
So Nikki actually gave an example. What happened? Her husband got a private chef to cook with him. And he didn't call us. Okay.
Don't say these things on
It's okay. He didn't call us. No worries.
What's that about?
I don't know.
But that was great.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
you. Good judging.
But then her husband, like you, prefers words. So this question, with the expression of love, like it really, I think to me this was the most interesting one because it really showed how different everybody is.
But these people have to be working.
What do you mean?
Like you have to be intentional working. That's the only way.
Oh, you mean in your
because you can't be given what the other person can get. If you're in a marriage, right, the marriage has to be working in that both of you are equally pouring into the marriage.
Right.
Because when one person pours that what is it? That's love language, and you receive by the way the person wants
You
it.
have to love them the way they want to be.
Yeah, because
Not
if you
the
don't,
way you like
if
to be
you
loved.
don't, and you people are not working,
It will
don't
not.
think that this.
You look at it. You look at
just
the
a
movie. The
joker.
movie Love. That's
You're just a joker. It's not gonna work out. What about you?
I think for me, wait, like my love language.
No, which one? The expression of love language.
Oh, the expression of love for me is actually. I think for me, I think for me is actually a mix of both, right? See, let's go to hard shot. I do like words of affirmation, but I love a good service without me actually asking. Without me asking.
But you're not a mind reader. Remember that. No. We have to add those tenants though, because that's the only way. So think about it.
No, so let me say. So
It's something that I had to learn.
the group, right, that I hung out with over the weekend, one of the groups I hung out over the weekend, like I was asking these questions, and this one came up, and one of the ladies was like, that sometimes she just wishes like her husband would just and the men like unfailingly said, how am I supposed to make it? I think for that, like we were 4 women, and we looked at them like, What you talking about?
I know I've said this to her before.
You can't.
I know we both said it to her. Like, and how's it going to know if you don't say something? I know, and
I get that. There's some basic things.
There's some things.
I give you that basic.
You don't need to be coached. You don't need to be
If she's not feeling good, go buy something she likes and bring it. It's gonna be alright.
You don't need to be asked for
I get that.
Like plan.
That should be. I
Plan,
get
bro.
that.
Like you know.
But if you
That's
really want
things.
something, then you have to.
Right. And
Yeah.
I think for that one, right, and that's why when I was saying that, actions speak louder words, like using that as an example. If you say, oh yeah, we're going to do X, we're going to do X, Y, Z, but you don't do it. At that point,
That's words, not
that's
action.
just words.
So like
So,
thanks.
yeah, so that's why for me, I know definitely actions do speak louder for me. And then obviously, yes, I want the words to but do big.
Just hold this
Hold me small. I don't want gas me small. Who doesn't want that? But yeah.
It's an interesting thing. I think that from different perspectives, like for me, I think my love language has changed several times.
And
Over
that
time.
happens. Yeah,
And I think that's okay.
Yes.
You are supposed to evolve.
Yeah.
You're not married to the same person 10 years ago that you are right now.
Right.
However, I think because of where I am right now, right? Some certain things do not, like, you can't come and tell me I'm beautiful and I'm going to be looking at you and because I know that.
Are you saying I don't know that? Hang on a second.
I know that.
Are you saying that I don't know that?
No. I'm saying, did you not hear what I first said? I said different perspectives because why I'm saying that is because the way I'm wired is like I can take care of all these things myself, right? It has to take me sacrifice to actually release and say, okay, help me handle all these things, right? However, for me, which is not a long language that I think should be a long language, for me, the biggest thing is safety. Like my emotional state has to be safe in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not safe, please be going. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you need to understand that for me to even come and sit down and tell you this is what's happening, I'm expecting, which I will give the same, that you hold that space for me and know that in this time, I'm not asking you to fix what's going on. Later, I may say, how are we going to do this thing?
Mm-hmm.
But in that moment that I'm suffering, in sorrow, and being vulnerable, you're holding that space, right? And that's safety. For me, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can, yes, please vacuum, because I cannot do this all. But, like, I've done all those things myself. So I know I'm capable. What is it that I'm not capable of? Well, it's going to help us grow.
I think that in response to this safety, I think it can take different forms on those other five love languages.
Yeah.
Because it's that you're feeling vulnerable, you're feeling low or whatever, they can buy you something.
Affirmation can help, right?
Words of affirmation, there you go, they can talk to you, hear you, tell you I hear you, I listen to you, whatever. Or if you receive love in the form of gifts, it can buy you something,
right.
And that makes you feel like, what, he does care about what I'm going through. If it's acts of service, let me rub your feet. You're going through a tough time, so let me rub your feet. My love, let me rub your feet. Or if it's quality time, oh hon, let's watch a movie together.
What's happening?
You're vulnerable. That's not like physical.
That's not true.
Are you sure
That is not true. I will not say on this camera, but I now know that is not true.
What is it?
That is not true. Is one is gifts, is physical touch, service,
Words of
affirmation,
and
oh wow, somebody
please help us.
What's the last one? Again, we need our research.
We did. We are 40 plus, please. People shall allow us.
Well, what is it?
Okay, while you're saying that, I'm going to read some of the comments or looking at that.
Quality time. We said it now.
We said quality.
Oh, we actually did.
We did.
Affirmation, acts of service,
Receiving
gifts,
quality
time.
We said it.
We didn't say it.
Okay, I didn't hear that. So a few comments. Tammy said, that she's learning how to love in a way that isn't natural to her. So her husband needs words of affirmation and physical touch.
That is dying to sell.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Like you said,
We're proud of you.
Love the way they want to
Keep
be
doing
loved.
it.
Yeah.
That's dying to sell.
PBS choir is of the school where, like, you have to state your case, say what it is. Don't be like trying to figure out like, okay, what do you want without actually not saying what it
This
is.
is what I need.
Yeah,
right now.
okay. She doesn't believe like, I don't believe anyone should know anything, man or woman. Fair point.
Okay.
Which again, yes, like you said,
It's a learning process.
I'm still learning.
Right.
Okay.
I have no one to.
It's our responsibility to share our needs and wants with our partners, partners to be open to us. Now that's a good one.
What?
Partners being open with each other. That's a good one.
That's the vulnerability.
Because most men, yes,
That is the vulnerability part we're talking about.
Yes.
That is the same.
most men, yes, are not open.
Okay, but I've read why that is though.
Why? Do tell and do share.
Because society has made it so that most men who feel the need to show those feelings are not affirmed. They are automatically told you should, like how you say don't tell Micah he can't cry.
Oh yeah,
That is
Who
part
says
of the
that?
problem.
No, like somebody has said before, you're a boy, you should
Do
not
that,
no.
So that is why a lot. So and then you meet a woman and then she's like, why are you so emotional? What's going on with you? Blah, blah, blah. And then the next thing they decide we never gonna offer. So every other woman after that never gets to meet that man that was vulnerable or in his vulnerable state until like he does some kind of life change or
Sometimes I think even in general, like if a man is suffering financially, because it really affects them
It does.
a lot. It affects them a lot.
It does.
But you find a lot of times they will not go and tell their wife, say, this is the situation, or here's what's happening.
It's woman
Because it really depends on who you need to marry a person that will stand by you.
That
will
safety is
hold you up.
Hold you
See,
up.
so as much as like we want to be safe, the man wants to be safe as well. Security is a basic need of human beings. We all want to be safe. We all want to be secure, But I think a lot of men, they don't really get the kind
opportunity.
of support,
That
or they haven't received it. So it's like, why even bother?
So a big takeaway with this before we move on is, what does it look like to you? How do you want to love? This obviously, like, do your love languages, know your partner's love languages, learn how to actually be intimate with one another, and communicate, be surface. All right. So last one, really obviously the fun is: do you want or do you like to be shown that kind of movie extravagance love? Now again, it doesn't have to be the grand gestures, but it could be like every morning, wake up, no teeth brush, and it's like your breath just smells so fresh to me now.
Sorry. Have outside by the bedside.
So the question: do you would you like to be like just be riddled with love?
Yes,
I'm
I'm
sure.
a passionate lover girl.
So
I need that.
She needs it.
I want you to bear for me. I want to bear for you.
So also got a few good
Sorry. Just wait. Have people seen in the movies when a man is looking at you like he's looking
your soul.
Wow, have you ever been kissed in such a way that the guy is like he wants to take all of it?
Hey God!
Mommy, I don't see her. But listen, if you ever have that kind of feeling from him, come on.
But there are people who 25 years still experience that.
I want that.
25 years still experience. 30 years, 40 years, still experiencing
that.
butterflies.
Yeah, in that tummy.
But you know what it took? Intentional work.
Intentionality.
Gotta be intentional. It's intentional.
So I actually did get a few notes. So some people do not want that, right?
The ones that don't believe.
The ones that don't believe.
They don't believe.
That is real. Right, that is real. That is real. Then I got, obviously, yes, we want our Mr. Darcy of course.
Mr. Darcy was very awkward. I don't think anybody wants Mr. Darcy.
Well, some people don't
Pride
like
and
Mr.
Prejudice.
Some people like Mr. Bridgerton. Yeah, well, no, not Bridgerton. What's his name? Duke Hastings. Duke of Hastings, I bought for you. Yes. Some people want that. You know what that is? Duke of Hastings was promoting things annoyed by me. But you can marry, give it to me. Please. Okay, I'm sorry. Within the confidence. Then I got one also from a guy. A guy saying this. Only if it's genuine. Okay, I want. That's valid. Yes. And I was like,
If it's like you want,
that's valid. But for a man to say that,
That's wonderful right there.
thank you.
I love whoever said that. That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Cody said Mr. Darcy after the walls come down, yes.
The walls.
Yeah, have you know what's
It's been a while.
most awkward? Nigga said she know. PB said rubbish means the most heavy way. Yes! Rubbish is a lot. Anyway,
I think anyway, there's a time and place for everything.
look here.
I feel like some people are running away with this thing.
Look here. Let me tell you.
I feel like some of us are running.
Husband, tell me that I give God for me every day. Look here. And then, look, see, just because it's Kiki.
That's how we get it out. Anxiety.
I bought for you. Please.
I would rather
Everyone that is interested in the house never say that. No. You have to be more creative than that. What? So if you call me. No. That's like, no, let's be realistic. Like, no, we're not going to do Duke of Hastings. Why not? But every day, it's very permissible that every day you send me a text. Well, a blue heart. And each day, no, that's fake. No. But like, how are you text goes a very long way. How are you like checking up when you text? Oh yeah. Oh my god. During the day, goes a long way. Yeah.
don't just say how are you today. Add some other things.
Yeah, add some other things. But what I'm saying is that we're not just gonna show up at my job. We're like 10 million roads. So I'm gonna be like friends. Like no.
Yeah. Flowers to me is like okay.
So I'm not flowers. I like flowers.
I like the idea of flowers.
I like flowers actually.
Let's do something else.
I like flowers.
Take me on vacation.
Oh yeah. So we go to a nice restaurant. Free. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't tell how you born for her. Let them the cook and born. So flambe. So I did. So one of my friends actually, that's in group on Friday. She, because I asked her, I was like, so do you want? And then she said, Kiki, I live it every day. Then I was like, oh, what? And then she opened up her phone and she's showing me text messages from her husband. Now,
She's been married
for 25 years. She's married for 25 years. And she showed me text messages from her husband. And like, she went as far back as January last year, or whatnot. And he just always sends, I love you, baby. I miss you, baby. That's what I'm talking about. They could be in the same house. She's upstairs, he's downstairs. I love you, baby. Are you telling me memes, song, or something? And the thing is, let me tell you, when she was showing us that text, if you see the way her eyes lit up, this woman is in her 50s.
That's what I'm saying.
Like her eyes, and then she goes, I so love my boyfriend.
That's what I'm saying.
And she calls her husband her boyfriend. She's like, I love my boyfriend. I love my boyfriend. So they're like, oh, that's cute.
That's what we kind of love.
And then as the night was going on, right there, her phone dinged. And boyfriend sent her, I love you, boy. I love you, baby.
See, that's
And I was like, yes, but it's not loud. It's not loud. Yes.
Doesn't mean that it's not grandiose.
I mean, but those ones, they're probably just doing it just to do.
It's not grandiose.
But yeah,
I mean,
people underestimate the power of a good R&B song. Y'all know
Usher.
Don't underestimate the power of a good R&B song.
Usher.
Boys to men.
Because that will flow into like that poetry as well.
Yeah.
Don't write poetry for me.
Okay, don't write poetry for me. You can write. See, I'm a lover.
I'm good for a song.
I'm quite romantic.
I'm good for a
Give
song.
me poem. Give me flower. Give me trip. Give me grand gesture. Give me food. Give me everything.
People open.
I'm open.
See,
I'm open.
okay.
Please.
Take me to. Let me get some.
I'm more than
Can I get some
more
new?
than-
Can I get some new Nikes? Speaking of, I got some new Nikes.
Oh, I should have fire, by the way.
But
So yeah, so we have 2 minutes to do.
We do have 2 minutes. So we need to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah, thank you to everybody. I love flowers. Even myself, my stepson, to home and flowers. So flowers. If I have a man like that, my phone is acting up. My fingers check for me. Appreciate gestures. Yeah, and then yeah, everyone just saying that.
yeah,
so
so a lot of times
yeah.
there's a combination of these 5 love languages.
Yes.
But the
Really
people have to
good.
feel safe with each other.
Yeah.
You have to.
It
Feel
has
safe.
to be
Yeah.
intentional. Love is
Intentional.
a verb.
Intentional.
Mhm. Love is a verb.
We have an ad that
That's
gets
good.
flowers on Valentine's Day. I won't call her name.
That's awesome.
So everyone at work, I was so jealous. For many years.
Yeah.
Now she
So-
knows. I didn't tell her before.
On that note, we are going to start wrapping it up. Thank you all once again for joining in with your comments, your feedback, and your presence. Feel free to share this, on all your social media. Tell people about us, because we'll be back here again in 2 weeks with another hot
Discussion.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Have a beautiful rest of your day
And
your week ahead. Love y'all. Bye.
have to see somebody you love. We don't see that in
Trying to reach the everyday woman like you. We are mothers, we are wives, we are daughters, we are sisters. We have jobs, we are entrepreneurs. On this show, we will discuss